Former President of the Republic of Liberia and our patron, the Minister of Gender and officials of government present, members of the diplomatic corps, Marie Goret, and members of the UN family, other officials here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's a humbling duty for me today to be able to perform the task I have been given, and I'm grateful to the organizers. After many years of the struggle for women empowerment in Liberia, the sacrifices of blood, sweat, and tears, and the passing away of some of the greatest women in this movement, today Liberia takes another step forward. I'm grateful firstly to the Almighty God, ruler of heaven and earth, who has provided us new opportunities for this movement to take root, and today it has begun to sprout. To him alone belong all glory and honor. But I want to also thank the giants of this movement who have carried the torch without dropping it, in spite of many challenges, and who are today able to turn over to the next generation a brightly burning torch, with the hope that it will remain highly lifted for everyone to see. But you know, the story of the Liberian women's movement will not be complete if we forget to acknowledge the efforts and encouragement of some of our elder sisters in the lives of Pomzili, the Executive Director of UN Women, Sister Binta, AU Special Envoy, Sister Amina, the Deputy SG of the UN, and many others, for birthing the idea of the African Women's Leaders Network. And last, but definitely never least, our mother, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who by her sheer willpower and struggle through many, many difficult levels, was able to mobilize women across Liberia. She broke the glass ceiling and shattered the biases of women's leadership at all levels. We salute you this morning. You remain our treasure and our light. My prayer for you is that you will live long enough to see this dream come true. We'd also like to thank Ambassador Marjorie Kamara, the chair and organizing committee, for putting together this important program. We are grateful to you for the commitment shown for gender equity and women empowerment. May I please ask that you stand with me for a moment. As we remember some of our brightest lights who have gone ahead of us, who would have loved to see today. But again, this is God's will. I may not remember all the names, but I know the most prominent will be Madam Mira Barnell and Madam Ruth Caesar, amongst others, who worked in the trenches to ensure that the platform was created for all of us to step upon. May light perpetual shine upon them. Thank you. Please have a seat. Excellencies, dignitaries, officials, and members of Ireland, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today, the women of Liberia embark upon the second leg in our journey together. But as we do it today, it is important to note that we need solidarity and unity amongst us as women. That is the only recipe for a successful second leg of this journey. Today, solidarity and unity is more important than ever before because we have many challenges that continue to face the forward march of women's empowerment. Sadly, these challenges are becoming more and more entrenched in a male-dominated body politics of our time. And women have our part to play because we have allowed ourselves to revert to our smaller groupings while becoming more loners, more adversarial, and more competitive in a negative way, thus separating us at many fronts. I am thus compelled to ask those of you who are here and those who may be watching, where is the 2005 spirit, which went beyond party lines, beyond family lines, beyond individualism, without seeking anything except the will to change the status quo? It seems to me, and I may be wrong, that as we sit here in this place, women's leadership in our current democratic space has become a mirage. Though the Liberian story of how women gathered together and elected a woman to the highest office in our land, which is an inspirational story to many across the world. How did we get to the place where today we have only 10 women in the national legislature of 103 members, and only 1 female in the Liberian Senate? I will not bore you with the data because I'm sure we all know where we are. But let's just look at a few numbers. In sub-Saharan Africa, according to the Interparliamentary Union, women make up today only 23% of parliaments. That is less than the critical mass of 30% required to push any legislation through. And this is despite the fact that women make up around 50% of the population in almost every country across Africa. These figures should scare you, because as we talk about meeting our international obligations of gender equality and achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, or the implementation of the ECOWAS gender policy, or the Africa Agenda for 2063, for the Africa we want, the numbers are just too small. For each of these programs to succeed, mean that every woman has to be in the center of it. For we all realize that if one woman becomes empowered, every sustainable development goal then becomes a reality. So we are front, back, and center of all of these agendas. If we want to move forward, if we want to continue to have the voices of women loud and clear, if we want our visions and our aspirations, not for us but for our children, to become a reality, we must come back together in one accord and form a bond if we are serious about this program and many others. It behooves all of us from across the country, regardless of political persuasion, regardless of tribe or creed, to come together to support our best, to make conscious and deliberate efforts to enhance the participation of women in leadership and decision-making roles. For we no longer have much time. Today is that day to recommit all of our energies towards this one final push. And push means pray and push until something happens. If we together as Liberian women were able to do it in 2005, I believe we can do it again. For we must shift and push so that we permanently change the status quo for good. I'm tired of talking about gender equity. I'm tired of talking about women empowerment. I'm tired of talking about sexual and gender-based violence. I'm tired of talking about laws that need to be changed. There is still much more work to be done. We have to put in place the necessary laws that remove FGM and strengthen the laws against sexual and gender-based violence wherever it may be found. There are more women to be empowered. There are more women and many girls that need to be safe so that sexual and gender-based violence is eliminated from our society. And we need to guarantee the future of our daughters and our sons through the provision of adequate education, innovation, and technology, amongst many others. As we launch this network today, can we just make up our mind that we'll learn to complement one another and not tear each other down and not duplicate efforts? For there is enough space for everyone to operate. We do not need to have a PhD to pull her down. For indeed, there is much work that needs to be done. but the laborers are few. We can talk in this home, we can talk on the radio, we can talk across the world. What we need to do is to put our words into action and actually shift the status quo. I ask each of you who are here today and those who are part of this network to dare to be courageous and to dare to be different, so that our actions will bring more women to the table, expanding our synergies and improving our impact. In closing, let me respond to my friend and brother, the Ambassador of the Republic of Ghana, who made some pertinent remarks. Your comments, sir, are in order. Mothers must show by training that children, both male and female, should be shown what it is like to live equitably. It is only that which will breed the new joint partnership needed for a more equitable and a peaceful world. We should not ignore his comments. Where we are today, we do need women empowerment because we are far behind and we are way back. But if we continue to train our young boys to think they are kings and our daughters to think they are slaves, what we're speaking about will never become a reality. Everyone is aware that the mother figure is the most important figure in any family. And I don't care how high you reach or how low you are. If you have a problem as a son or a daughter, the first person you reach out to is your mother. And so mothers have a serious role to play. In playing that role, we must begin to change the dynamics. Only then will men not feel threatened. Because they do feel threatened. You speak to them, you bring your ideas, and they will say yes. But once they get together in one group, there's always no. And it seems as if we are running and spinning the wheel, and we're getting nothing done. To the women of Ireland, to the women of Liberia, to the women of Africa, let us keep our eyes towards the future. And to the women of Liberia, particularly towards the 2020 and 2023 elections. For I can tell you from my more than 14 years of experience that the greatest changes can only happen as a result of the decisions made in the first branch of government, the national legislature. Today, many people are running away from becoming politicians. They see the fear, they see the hostility in politics across our country, and most of them will say we're not interested. But if you do not garner the courage to get up and stand for these positions, you will continue to be where you are. For a male-dominated legislature doesn't care about the things you care about. Their issues are quite different from what we want to see. The only way to make the change is to get involved in the national legislature and to have your voice very, very, very loud so that the changes we want can come to pass. How do we raise money for more empowerment for girls? You'll never get that vote. How do we raise money for maternal mortality if the international community were not here? How do we raise money to ensure that the things you want are done? It can only be done when you have a voice at a level in the legislature that people can afford to give you the money or the support that is necessary. The one good news is that if we cannot ensure the minimum of 50% representation in both houses, dreams will just be dreams. But the good news is it can be done. We've done it before, and I know we can do it again. Because the women of Liberia make up about 50% of the population voting registered voters, our numbers are large enough. This is usually the retort of many of our male colleagues who are always eager to say, you guys have the numbers, go and vote in all women legislature. And they are right. For if we can come together and coalesce and put our ideas and our hearts and our minds and our souls together, we can elect an all-female legislature. So the work is ours to do. We can no longer get the gender equity bill passed, and that's my personal opinion. Just the other day, after we had been promised that the gender equity provision in the Constitution would have been put into it, we took weeks. Nobody listened. In fact, there were some of the men who signed only to go back and report and say, oh, the vice president harassed me to sign. This is not what I really want to do. And when we called to get women to come to the legislature to find the friends they had to ensure they would add their voice, many people stayed away. And so it became an issue of a few women. But I know Madam Salifobi bear me witness that across the length and breadth of Liberia, the women said that they wanted gender equity quotas put in the national constitution. The promises were made, all kinds of talk was given. In the end, that too has been left off the table. But women are moving around and acting as if, oh, it's just for a few women. No, it's not. I can say to you and to Arlene that if we do not get women elected into positions of trust, maybe my daughters will be talking about this 20 or 30 years from now. I pray that will not be our portion. Indeed, it is our right as women. And the Constitution has done well for us because it does call for equal representation in all spheres of life. And God has given us the numbers to be able to attain same. Where are the women? As 2020 comes around, there are 15 seats up for grabs. Where are the women who forget themselves and forget where they are and forget the pain and the anguish that you feel when you go through a process that you don't win? Where are the women? My message to Arlene is let us march in unison and clean our God-given space. Power is never surrendered. It is taken. And to take it, we must make the necessary changes in our ranks and come together to change the landscape of our nation. Can you join us to make history once more? For we should not stop until we reach our goals of equal representation in the legislature, in all spheres of governance, at the local and at the national levels. This can be done, for we indeed have the numbers. Excellencies, dignitaries, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore my humbling duty to declare the Liberian Women Leaders Network a part of the African Women's Network launched and ready to engage. Thank
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thank you very much, Crusaders for Peace. At this juncture, we would like to recognize a few of our VIPs who've joined us for this event. And I'll start by recognizing Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the United States of America, Ambassador I would also like to recognize Her Excellency, the Swedish Ambassador, Ambassador Ingrid Wetterskog.
We also have in our midst former presidential candidate, Magdalena Popa. We say you are welcome. And to all of you for coming and sitting, listening to the wonderful speeches and the desire of Lawin and what Awin has done. We got to get used to the irony. And we saw earlier on, I'm sure she's still around, the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, Her Honor Justice Sani Yo.
And also in the room we have another first, which is Liberia's first female Chief Justice, Her Honor.
So welcome to everybody. Next on the agenda is the induction of the steering committee members, and we are honored to have former President, Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the patron of African Women Leadership Network, to